time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to gird your loins. Those girds are sometimes a little cold. Gird your loins for the good news, the bad news. Matt, get those girds on. Here's the other shit. PMC, you got your girds?
You ain't got no sense, man.
Get your girds and get your gird pictures.
Ain't nobody even know what a gird is.
I had to look that up. I was just, when I would hear stuff, when you read stuff in literature, you go, what is that? Gird your loins. All right, you guys. All right, check it out. The big story of the day has to do with this child that has been picked up by Greek authorities. What happened was, in investigation of some other things, they found this child that didn't appear to belong to the family, and the family had been accused of having some other children illegally. And so this led, because of the internet and the ways that things communicate today, it becomes an international story. Because everywhere people who have lost children, and what happened is that it highlights the number of children that go missing around the world every year. It's scary. It's actually scary. But as people go missing all around the world every year. And this is what's got everybody stirred up, because there are people here who think that it's their child. Some of the stuff they say doesn't really match up in terms of age. But let's take a listen.
It was her blonde hair, pale skin and green eyes that led a vigilant Greek prosecutor to double take. She noticed the 4-year-old during a drugs raid on a Roma camp. The girl, known as Maria, looked nothing like the couple she lived with. DNA tests confirmed they weren't genetically related.
During questioning that took place about this girl, the supposed parents gave conflicting answers. The constantly changing claims of the supposed parents consolidated our beliefs that they were not the child's biological parents.
14 children are registered to the couple who live in the settlement in Fassala. 10 are unaccounted for. The mother also claims to have given birth to 6 children in 10 months. Maria has now been taken into care by a charity which claims she may have been the victim of child trafficking.
She was living in a very bad environment, and then suddenly she was moved from that environment, and she was shocked. And as soon as she went with our social worker, she started crying until she went to sleep.
The case bears similarities to theories surrounding the disappearance of Madeleine McCann, who vanished in Portugal 6 years ago, aged 3. A spokesperson for the McCanns says Maria's discovery gives them fresh hope that their daughter can also be found alive. Greek authorities believe Maria may be of Eastern European descent. An international campaign has been launched to locate her real family, whilst those who falsely claim to be her parents have been arrested. Toby Sadler, Sky News.
And this, again, when you have signature events like this, now because of the technology, just imagine, you would not have really known about this. Now you can have something happen in Greece, and it's in your news. And that's amazing and wonderful, but it's also highlighted all over the world, people who have lost children.
Yeah.
And that's, again, a scary, scary thing. Scary thing.
Amazing that they went on, with all that's going on, how this one has taken up like being the trend to follow because of the connecting the dots when there's so many abuses out there. So, if you can show a win like this and she can come out healthy and with around the right parenting, it's a success story, man. I'll take one success story at a time.
Exactly. Well, let's get on to the positive things. Like I said, mostly we're going to talk about some of the newer stuff that's happening. Today's supposed to be this big old huge Apple event. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, Apple regularly has announcements. Steve Jobs turned it into an art form, really, to present new product. And in the early days, people remember some of the other people who stumbled. Even remember the time when Bill Gates stuff crashed.
Right.
I think even Apple's had some too. They crashed.
Everybody does.
Has had them too. So everybody's had those. But besides that, it's mostly been success, and it's all about where we are going and where the world is going. So it has become really a thing to actually kind of hang out and watch this. So Apple has really embraced this and will be live streaming today's iPad event. So I'm going to try to watch it. What's so good about today's smartphones now is that you can do everything and watch it also on your smartphone. That's why we really are reminding people And I'll remind my Jedi crew too. The way things are going is to be able to do everything from a smartphone or a tablet. And I say smartphone first because your smartphone will always be with you. I have the new iPhone 5C, and it's wonderful. But my other one was good too. I just fried it right in front of you on the show and ended up having to get a new phone. But the whole thing is that you can run the whole thing is to learn to run your whole empire from that phone. Yep. Videos, everything, posting, audio, everything from that phone. But anyway, watch today's live streaming of the iPad event. Okay? Got to. And we plan on doing it too. Now, you're looking, the source of this today is Mashable. I always embrace Mashable. Go there. They are wonderful, wonderful. They're my regular resource. And one of the things I told you, if you want to get the geeky stuff that's actually fun and useful, like the stuff to go buy and what it costs, you'll like this. Take a look at this one. Again, from Mashable. Here's the new Apple iWatch concept that's combining with the new Nike Fuel Band. So it's a band that you wear. But look at this. Look at what it does. I want you to see. I'm going to make this full. Did I go? There's no full screen, huh? But take a look. See it right there? So while you're watching the band, it'll interact. Usually what they're going to do is probably connect it by Bluetooth to something else you're wearing. And then you could choose what it's displaying or use it to control your phone. So imagine your phone is in your pocket. You can now use this to interact and change your phone. Now you know who's going to have one soon. And you know who, okay, Vic. Mm-hmm. This is the kind of thing, I hate to say it. Well, I always warn Vic. You have to ask him whether it's a good or bad thing. I warn Vic about certain technologies that we have to kind of embrace. Mm-hmm. And I told him about, we did the iPhones and other stuff, and then we did Bluetooth lately. And usually we do it by trying to get cost-effective things that are extremely useful that allow us to think out the box. So, Vic, we're going to be getting these.
Oh, yeah. That's, we're going
to get these.
It's better than a gold chain, right?
Right. And then of course, when you see, the other thing is what you call the swagger appeal.
To who? The nerds?
Yeah, well, I think when you're out and about now, no matter who sees that on your wrist is going to say, wow.
So now I have to go get Jack from my wristband. Listen, I don't want the watch. I don't want the gold chain, man. I want the wristband.
How much are these? How much? Do we know how much it's supposed to cost? Do we know how much it's going to cost? But I'm just telling you, the whole thing is how it interacts. I love the way my phone interacts with my car.
Right.
I just get in the car, get near the car. The phone just connects, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So that's the state of the art, okay? So I want you guys to be aware of that. Okay, now, also, next story. Look at this new survey. It says 1 in 10 serious relationships of the last decade. That means out of the last 10 years, 1 out of every 10 serious relationships started online.
That's very good.
I did internet, I did Match, I did all that.
Yeah.
I did internet dating.
Yeah.
I didn't have any. It was just a different introduction.
Yeah, I mean, if you start in that way and never had anything before that, you wouldn't find any problem with it. It's just a transformation, folks, who are from traditional, ways and means, so to speak.
Well, okay, so look at that. So
I like that, man. I have a whole bunch of ex-online girlfriends.
Hey, can you get them to send us some pictures? We
Well,
can do a special hot pic.
Well, they didn't know I was their boyfriend, so that makes it look
I know what you mean. Some of the ones that he's still trying to remember. Did I tell you what time I met this girl? We were drinking, talking, and about like an hour into it, we realized we had met before.
Yeah, I know. That's bad. It's bad, man. It's really bad. You need to.
He would say we had been. Anyway, I
move.
said just once when I was young. Just once that happened. Okay, you guys. YouTube just unveiled their new YouTube Music Awards that's coming. It's going to be a fan-voted global ceremony supposed to air live November 3rd. See, remember, there's this whole movement toward YouTube being a content provider. Remember, Amazon is looking at it too. That's why I want to keep that in Mac's mind. The whole thing about packaging whatever he does in multiple formats to be able to distribute to whatever outlet. That's why I was saying Max should make DVDs or DVD layouts and then have the individual videos. Whatever, to me the whole thing is because we do it here, once you start doing your encoding, you do it a bunch of ways and get it on a bunch of platforms. So you could be part of this YouTube Music Awards for certain things, not other things, or you can re-edit things. It's all about adapting to this environment. I think that the workload is not that bad if you're going to make stuff like this or submit it. In other words, when we do the videos here, the extra work that it would take, I can make a DVD out of every show. And the first time it would be a little slow, okay? But by the fourth time, it should be taking you an extra 15 to 20 minutes.
Right.
Okay, I'm just telling you that. Now, if it's on the fourth time, it's still taking you an hour. It's okay. Don't, beat up on yourself. But it ain't taking you 5 hours. So that's something to consider. Like Mac would want, even for his own purposes, how you assort what you do, within something. Because people do license those things like KTEL, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Who knows? It's happening. Okay, but take a look now. I want you to take a look at this video that's from YouTube, all right? About the upcoming YouTube Music Awards.
Hi, my name is Reggie Watts, lead singer of Thrill Kill Cult. I'm here today to let you know that I am the co-host of the YouTube Music Awards. Now, you might be wondering, how do I vote? Well, you search YTMA on YouTube, find and watch official playlists of the nominees, and then share those videos you want on Twitter, Google+, or even Facebook. Now, here's a dog. You probably remember this dog from the last video we did. But we have to use the same dog because that's what's in its contract. This right here is a representation of a video playlist. Now, after you've searched, one of these is going to come up. And in this particular category, you're going to have some choices. Let's say you chose Lindsey Sterling, a stunning violin player. You decide to take her and we put her up on something like Twitter, Google+, or Facebook. And once that happens on the internet, well, that counts as a vote. But what happens if a friend of yours is like, hey, I agree with that, I think she's really cool? Well, all they have to do is share it or retweet it, and that creates another vote. So on and so forth, until you have an amalgamation of massive votes that then creates what I like to call a meme. Now, if enough of these memes come together, you get a super meme, as represented by this humanoid form factor. Now, when you take this meme and you put it up against another meme, what happens? You have an epic battle, like Boyce Avenue and Lindsey Sterling in an all-out knockout punch drag-out. Moving on. These are the categories you can vote for. Video of the Year. Artist of the Year. What's thou worketh on?
My father.
Ah, me father. I love Irish artists. YouTube Phenomenon of the Year. What's going on in there? She can't see me. Innovation of the Year.
You gotta watch this stuff, y'all.
Stop, please. Response of the Year.
You could get famous for responses.
And, of course, breakthrough. So make sure you tune in November 3rd and watch the YouTube Music Awards. I love this guy. We've done a lot of work together. Well, that's how you vote. And that's the YouTube Music Awards. So if you want to get voting and you want to get other thinging, then get on that thing. Because tonight is all about you and Kojo and special effects and things that go around in a circle and little props and stuff and a crew that's behind that you can't see because of the cameras, but sometimes you can't see them because they're wearing white suits with hoods on them. So enjoy yourself here at YouTube Music Awards. See you next week on YouTube Live.
Okay, now, so I send this out to my Jedis and all the community out there. What I'm suggesting to everybody is only, this again, I see it as my role. My role is just not to tell you what to do, to remind you what's happening and things you should think about capitalizing on. What I'm saying is that it's only a little bit of work to learn to encode your videos, your projects, whatever they are, in multiple formats. In fact, it's almost no money usually. Either you can get free encoding, whatever you don't know, anything like this, search Google for free software that does blank. and you will always find it. Okay, even though there's a Sony Vegas package. That's the one I want to send up to Mac. There's a Sony Vegas package that comes with the DVD creator. That's like what, $45 or something, $50, and it does everything. That's what we use. And my point being to everybody is to pay attention to these things only because it's just a little more work to learn to take your projects, whatever you're shooting, and save them in multiple formats, or be able to go back and make different formats of them, because that's all built into your software. Learn to do that, and remember too, your metadata is very important. All the studies have said that your titles and your descriptions of your shows, as well as the picture, even the graphic you assign for your show, all these things are important. That's why you'll see us working on that and working on those messages. So. All right, so I got that. Okay, that's the work part. Now, last thing. I guess some things speak for themselves, okay? Let's take a look at this. Damn, give it up for the Hot Pockets commercial. Give it up. Yeah. What? You got what I need. I have to cut this out before I upload it.
That's right.
But we could broadcast it.
Maybe we can.
Maybe not. Huh?
Yeah, y'all, depends, man. Rules always change in favor of those who command. You know how it is, man. But I like that. That's unique. I like longest commercial. I thought we had a long commercial. They beat us out, man.
They did.
A song based off of it's a song wrapped in like a commercial, but a commercial that's in a song. I love it. I love the whole video concept of it, man. Love it. Great. That's tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been listening to the good news, the bad news, and the other shit. I don't believe you heard me. You blame it all on Matt McAllister, PMC. They're affecting the weather. They're affecting.